Hey, Collins Cobras, this is Miss Willingham, your librarian, and I've got some new books for you. So listen up, get ready to write them down. You ready? Let's go. Let's start with some nonfiction stories that are brand new to our library. Writer to Writer by Gail Carson Levine just came in. This is the companion to the book called Writing Magic, which is a great book about how to become a better writer. She takes her funny style that she used in her books like Ella Enchanted and really makes writing accessible to everybody. So even if you hate writing and you don't enjoy it at all, try to do some of the exercises with Writing Magic or her new book, Writer to Writer, that goes right along with it. Another nonfiction book that's new to the library is Elephant Man, a very different kind of book. This is a picture book biography about a man named Joseph Merrick who lived in the late 1800s. He had this disease that completely changed his body and made him look like a hideous beast in society. It's a really touching story about how he learned to survive in a world that would not accept him no matter what he did. Now, on to some fiction, because we love some good stories. Have a new picture book. It's called Mummy Cat. If you're at all interested in anything Egyptian-y, this is a sweet little story about a cat who's just waiting for her mistress to wake up. That's right, the princess that has been buried in a tomb is waiting to wake up, and her cat friend is waiting for her. Mummy Cat is super sweet. We've got the next book in the Frank Einstein series by Jon Scieszka. This is Frank Einstein and the Brain Turbo. If you haven't read these books, I highly recommend them. If you like inventions, if you like technology, if you like a whole lot of silly, I highly recommend some Frank Einstein books. A new book to me, The Astounding Broccoli Boy. This is a story about a boy named Rory who's a planner. He likes to have his whole world set out, kind of like some of you that I know. And his world kind of gets flipped upside down when one day he turns green. Totally unexpected. He finds himself in the hospital, and a lot of adventures happen as he tries to come to terms with what this new world will be for him. Now, some of the ones we've been waiting on. Crenshaw is here by Katherine Applegate. This is her newest release. It's about a boy named Jackson and his family who find themselves homeless, living in their minivan. He's a regular kid, just like you, and his world takes a crazy turn. It's out of control and there's not much he can do. And he gets a visit from his imaginary friend from back when he was a little kid that kind of helps him deal with some of his problems. Amazing book, beautiful language. It's on a lot of lists coming up in the next year for awards and things. So give Crenshaw a try. Full Cicada Moon. This one is by Marilyn Hilton. It's a novel in verse, so it's kind of like Crossover or Brown Girl Dreaming, if you've read those. This is a story about Mimi, and Mimi is half black and half Japanese, and it's 1969, so it's historical fiction. It's set in Vermont, and Mimi has to figure out, as an 11-year-old, how do you live in a world where everyone around you looks different and has certain expectations of who they think you are compared to who you really are. Beautifully written, easy to understand. Even though it seems like it's kind of long, I highly recommend it. This also is up for quite a few awards. And the last book in my quick overview is Fuzzy Mud by Louis Sachar. This is the guy who wrote, Sideways Stories from Wayside School and Holes, maybe? Fuzzy Mud, it's his newest. Wow, this is a great book. I just finished reading it today. It'll really make you question things about friendship and also about bullying. And on a bigger scale, it got me thinking about technology and the advances that we make to help our world work better with its growing population. They're great, except when they go wrong, which is where the fuzzy mud comes into play. What if something that somebody meant for good ends up hurting a lot of people? So they come, Tamaya and Marshall and Chad are your main characters, and they come to terms with that. Fuzzy Mud, highly recommend it. It's a pretty fast read, so you would really enjoy it. That's it for now. I've got a lot more, but time's ticking and you've got to get back to work. So come on by the library, check out some new books, and I'll see you soon. Happy reading!